Hello, my name is Pauline and I'm an accredited practitioner, an accredited trainer and an accredited assessor of the 5-step method. Today I'm going to talk to you about doing step 4, which is the support step on Zoom. To do this you need a professional copy so that you have the whiteboard sitting behind your work. Firstly, we go down to Share Screen, which is along the icons on the bottom of your screen. Click Share Screen and you'll see that you've got Whiteboard in front of you. Click on the whiteboard. You've got a ribbon of icons along the top, and for a start you need to click on the drawer and move your icon down to the circle. Bring the circle down and draw a circle in the middle of your whiteboard. What you'll notice is that your family member is still available to see on the right hand side in the picture. Once you've got the circle drawn, go up to text, click on text and put the text box down to put inside the circle. So let's say that we're working with Joe. We type in Joe's name and we can move that so that it's centered. Then go up to draw again and click on the line. Put the line out and you can say to the family member who is very supportive in your journey. So I'll put in here John. So I'm asking the family member also how helpful the support that John gives. And we're talking here about pluses and minuses. So for John, the family member has said that this person is very helpful. So we could put 3 pluses if it's a very, very helpful person. And maybe even occasionally the person is not so helpful. So in that case, we would also put a minus. Just click outside the white screen and go back to your drawer and go to the line again and ask the family member another person who's helpful in the stresses and strains that the family member is feeling. And go back to the text box and make your text box at the end of the line. And so you're asking who else would be helpful to the family member. So perhaps Janet is the person who's of great help. And when you discuss what it is that Janet is helpful for, how that help is given, you might find that the person is awarded 2 pluses. And make sure you use the name of the people that are helpful and get a discussion going around why they are helpful. And so around the circle, you're going to be drawing lines and putting text boxes all the way around. Remember to go back to the text box and click on it to be able to put the name in it. And you can alter the size of the text box. So Jane is also helpful because Jane helps with meals, she listens well, she's able to support the family member in several ways. So we'll put another two pluses there. Sometimes when you get round to further around the diagram, you'll find that you have to ask more questions about people. So what interests do you have? And when you're talking about this, who do you do those interests with? So maybe it's jogging or walking. And we find out that Eve is a great help because she's a person who goes walking with the family member. And you can talk about what's actually happening when the person goes walking and how they share information. Maybe find that the person has some friends at work that are particularly helpful and that will listen. So that might be a person called Dave who has experienced lived experience himself and will actually listen when Joe needs somebody to discuss things with. Then, as you're going around the diagram, it may get more difficult for the person to think about other people, and you need to draw out this information from different things that the person does. Apart from friends, you might find that there is a GP who's very helpful. And so perhaps that GP is somebody who's been found to understand the difficulties that Joe is going through. And the GP is called Tom, and he is the GP. And as you go round, there may be other people who have been supportive from other organisations. Maybe it's somebody who's been able to share some lived experience. As you see, I'm going up to the draw icon to be able to put these in. I think it's also important to see potential people who may be of help for the family member. I quite like to actually draw a text box down the bottom of the diagram, and in this text box I talk to the family member about people that may be able to help in the future. So that might be somebody who's overseas and the family member can Zoom. It might be somebody who is potentially able to help but hasn't been approached yet. And also in this box, sometimes I will ask the family member, what would, if a miracle happened tomorrow and you could do the things that you would really like to do, what sort of activities would you do? And in that box, I could put something like do art. And so this is a potential place where the family member can get additional support and enjoyment that may well be a help. It may be that there's something around yoga that the person would like to do, which is another potential area of support that may be able to be expanded later on. Or it may be walking in a walking group. And so what we can say to the family member is, this may be more where you can also get support. So this is an example of how to do step 4, support on Zoom in a way that's going to be really helpful for the family member. Always remember to go up at the end, to go up to the icon on the right hand side that says save, and save your drawing so that you are able, after the program after step 4 has finished, to send this diagram to the family member. This allows the family member to start to look at all the support that they have, because often when the family member comes on to step 4, they don't think they have very much support. Have a go. It really does work well doing step 4 support on Zoom. Thank you.